Hi, Cooper Glover, 1972 here with Brian's 31 Days of Halloween. This is Belated Day 29. Um, things took over. As I said in previous videos, my hard drive got filled up, but I went to the Apple store, so I got that figured out. So I emptied out a lot of space. So now I can finally finish off the videos on my Mac rather than use my iPhone. Um, and I guess I've been doing some garage band stuff, so that's kept me away. Also, I've been watching like a few movies streaming that are not horror related films, and I wanted to see them before they expired on movie. So that's sort of what took the time away. Oh, and I'm reading a book on Japan, and I've got less than 100 pages, and I was going to read some of it today. Today being Tuesday, the 13th. Now it's the 14th because it's after midnight. It's 1:09 in the morning, and but I was working on this GarageBand song, and I just kept going and going, and it was like 8 minutes long. There's still a lot of work to do on it, but sort of kept me. And then I had to watch this movie that I'm putting on for this belated day 29, Season of the Witch, directed by George Romero. And because of that, I'm gonna have to probably read tomorrow the book on Japan. Maybe finish it tomorrow or Thursday. I gotta finish it. I've had it out since August. I've been like reading it and then not reading it, and like reading it for a few days and then not reading it. It's just I wish there was a more um, disciplined reader. Because I used to be much more disciplined. I used to read like every day, and or I'd read like half an hour a day or 50 pages a day. Um, but these days, no. I watch movies or I do music or I listen to music. Um, so those things take up my time. Or I'm on the internet too, like Facebook and YouTube. That takes time away. So maybe I should do some reading, more reading in the future. I don't know. There's so much to do, only so much time. Anyways, let's get to today's movie. Today's movie is called Season of the Witch. It was on Mubi. Again, I watched them at the last minute before they expire. It's 1:10 in the morning right now, so 3 a.m. Eastern time is when this film will expire. So it's Mubi, I believe, is headquartered in California, so that's 12 a.m. their time. So, anyways, it's about this suburban housewife who has a 19-year-old daughter and a basically well, I guess he cares for his wife, but he's not really involved with her. He's just kind of business. He's a businessman. He's not really. It came out in '72, so this is when the women's movement is starting to pick up. I don't know exactly when the women's movement started in the '70s, but it's the year I was born, 1972. So I can remember things in this film like rotary phones, which is kind of funny because I saw a video. It was on Facebook, I believe, and they had millennials. They handed them a rotary phone, and they didn't know how to use it. They picked up the receiver, and they didn't know they're supposed to, you know, um, pull the rotary dial. They like took the phone up, put it back on the hook, and then they didn't know what to do with the rotary circle. So but anyways, yeah, so it has, and it looks very dated too. It has the hairstyles back then are kind of like frosted. Like I'm talking about the woman's hairstyles basically. Like they're very wavy kind of, and a good film that like comments on this is of course Goodfellas. With Lorraine Bracco spending time with the mafia families, same kind of thing, and all the gaudy clothing, that they wear at the time, like with patterns on it and all that. So, anyways, um, there, her daughter hanging out with this professor, and the professor sort of knows her. The main character, the wife, she's kind of pent up. She's kind of repressed. She's like one night, um, this professor guy's over at their house, and he has a joint. He has marijuana, and he gives it to his to her friend, her lady friend, and she takes it. She's about the same age. I think they're in their 40s or something. Which back in those days, I'm in my 40s. I'm 46, but I think like 46 might be the new 36 today. But back in those days, I think if you're 46, you're considered over the hill, you know. So you're back in those days, you're like, if you were this age, you're supposed to act this way. If you're a woman, you're supposed to act this way. If you're a man, you're supposed to act this way, and that was just the way it was, and you didn't question it. And they're from a Catholic family. I think this was filmed in Pennsylvania. Um, the filming looks kind of. The cinematography is not like um, exquisite or anything, but I don't think it's really meant to be. Um, but it's not like a Vittorio Storaro or a Janusz Kaminski or a Vilmos Zsigmond or a who else is there? Laszlo Kovacs or Sven Nysviks or somebody of that nature. Raoul Cotard. It's none of those kind of cinematographers. Or like, of course, um, what's his name? Roger Deakins. None of those guys. Not matching up to those people. Well, I guess George Romero did the cinematography. It just looks like anybody could have shot it in a way. When the film started off, I thought it was okay, but then it got more interesting. And anyways, the main character, the wife, she doesn't take the marijuana when her friend is offered the marijuana. Her friend takes it, and then finally she like succumbs to her desires, and she visits the professor at college, and they have sex, and um, I don't know. I guess they're visiting a store. She and her friend, and they see like a witch, a woman that's a witch, and basically sooner, well, not soon enough, or a little later in the story, she becomes a witch. She succumbs. She starts buying, witches' herbs and stuff like that. And then she has a nightmare of her house being invaded, and this guy in a mask coming into her bedroom. And I think it's basically maybe she wants to have sex, maybe, and she's inhibiting it, so she's dreaming about it instead of acting upon it. Maybe that's it. Or maybe something else. Maybe it's her husband she feels is intruding upon her freedom, so maybe she wants to kill him. So I won't say anything about about the end, but maybe I revealed something. I don't know. Sorry if I did. I don't know if everyone's going to watch this movie. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's pretty interesting. The title of the film, something Husbands, Wives, maybe the original title, but the trailer says Season of the Witch, and you hear the song Season of the Season of the Witch by Donovan. I think most people know that song probably. So I give this film probably, how many stars would I give it? I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars out of 5. It's not excellent, but it's better than good. So it's somewhere in between good and excellent. So that's my review. I have to get up early tomorrow to take my car to the auto mechanic because I have a check before I go on vacation, and I'm going up for Thanksgiving to my cousins, and I want to make sure the car's okay. So I don't think I'm going to load this video up tonight. Technically, it's already Wednesday the 14th, So I'll probably load this up tomorrow, sometime maybe in the maybe late afternoon or early evening or something like that. Anyways, this has been Brian with his belated 29th movie viewing of Halloween, um, with Season of the Witch. Um, one of the films that will be done, the last two, will probably be Shivers by David Cronenberg, that's on movie right now. Alert to anyone if they are interested in um, watching it. It expires, I think, next Monday. Next Monday, I think, is the end of till Monday 3 a.m. Eastern time. That film is available, but of course you got to be a member. I think they allow not a volunteer, a free trial. You can have a free trial, and then you have to start to pay. So, and it used to be like $6 a month. Now they raised it to like $9 a month. So, but anyways, that does it. And and the other film maybe will be The Howling. That's um, on movie as well. That expires a little further down the line, or maybe it'll be Halloween 5, because I saw Halloween 4 at the Jacob Burns Film Center, and maybe it'd be a nice thing to see the continuance of the story. So maybe I'll watch Halloween 5. I'm not quite sure on that. Or maybe I'll watch Manhunter off of Shudder, or maybe I'll just watch another horror film off of Shudder. I don't know if I should watch any of my collection. I'm not quite sure. So at any rate, that finishes the video. I'll just mention my blog, poolsofvisionsblogspot.com. I'm not going to put it up right now because it's going to take too much time to put it up. And check out my GarageBand songs on my YouTube channel. Probably my next video, I'll be able to post those, subtitle it on the video screen. But I'm trying to. I have to get to bed soon, so right now is not going to be that time. So, anyways, thanks for watching. 2 more to go, and well, then I'll have to do something new. I'm thinking of doing Iranian movies, because I think there's like I don't know how well not respected, but like well um, how well known they are to Western audiences. I mean, I don't know about a ton about Iranian films, but I've seen a lot of them, and they're pretty good, And I don't know if all Muslim countries allow filmmakers to make movies. There's an excellent movie from Saudi Arabia, directed by a woman filmmaker with a girl protagonist, called Wajda, Wajda. And the woman that directed the film, she had to wear like a veil, the whole garb over her body, and she only could see through her eyes. And she had to direct the film from a van, with outdoor scenes, because, with the monitor, because she wasn't allowed on the street to direct the film. And I believe Saudi Arabia had a law against films were illegal to watch for quite some time. I don't know the case right now. Only television was permitted. But in this particular case, I guess they allowed it to happen. And I think this film, Watchers, should have been nominated for Academy Award. But I don't know if it just got lost in the shuffle, or if Saudi Arabia just decided we're not going to present this to the Oscars. But it was a really good movie. It's about a young girl who wants to buy a bike, so she takes a Quran test, and if she wins the test, she wins money, and she wants the money to buy the bike, and they're saying, like, why don't you give the money to people like, maybe it's Hezbollah, I can't remember exactly, or maybe it's another one of those groups like Hamas or whatever. So anyways, so that's Wajda. And there's another really good film from Iran called Baran. I think I'm saying that right. Baran. It's about a young girl. Maybe she's teenage. She pretends to be a boy and works, or a young man. She works, I think it's construction she's doing. She's she's getting the money for her family so her family can get by. And but of course the job she's doing is not for women. All right, so that finishes that. I thought of doing a noir Vember. People are one person asked me on my channel to do a noir Vember. I'm not sure if I'll do it or not. Maybe I'll do a little, maybe. I'm not quite sure on that. But I thought Iran be an interesting subject to tackle because there's some pretty good films that have come out of Iran. I saw a really good horror film at the Burns, and I can't remember the title for the life of me, but it was really good. So, anyways, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Of course, Halloween's over with, but watch some scary movies if you feel like you want to, I guess. So, anyways, expect 2 more movie reviews for the Halloween marathon, even though it's technically no longer Halloween. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.